If you're a senior or an older adult trying to eat better and stay strong as you age, this video could save you from silent damage you didn't even know was happening. Because while some nuts are a superfood for healthy aging, others, they can quietly raise your blood sugar, clog your arteries, or even trigger dangerous reactions.
Hello, my friend. Today, we're going to talk about something that might change the way you think about one of life's simplest pleasures, snacking. Now, if you're someone who enjoys grabbing a handful of nuts every now and then, maybe almonds, walnuts, or something a little more exotic, you're not alone. But here's the thing, not all nuts are created equal. Some of them, they're tiny miracles loaded with nutrients that can support your heart, sharpen your memory, and give your immune system a natural boost. But others, well, they come with hidden risks, sneaky calories, allergy triggers, or other ingredients that could do more harm than good, especially for older adults. See, when we reach a certain age, the small choices we make, what we eat, when we rest, how we move, begin to matter more. They can shape how we feel day to day, how steady our energy is, how strong our heart beats, how sharp our mind stays. And that's exactly why today's topic is so important. In this video, we'll uncover 4 powerhouse nuts that can do wonders for your well-being, and for others you might want to think twice about before tossing them into your shopping cart. By the end, you'll know exactly which nuts can support your longevity and which ones could silently be holding you back. So go ahead, make yourself comfortable. Maybe pour a warm cup of tea, take a deep breath, and let's begin this journey together. The 4 must-eat nuts for a healthier, longer life. Let's start with the good news. These are the nuts that not only taste amazing, but they also love you back. We'll explore their benefits, any cautions you should keep in mind, and how to make them part of your daily routine without overdoing it.
1. Almonds, the heart's best friend. Almonds have been a beloved snack for generations, and it's not just because they're crunchy and satisfying. These little wonders are a true superfood, especially for those of us in our golden years. If heart health is on your radar, and honestly, it should be, almonds should be in your pantry. They're packed with monounsaturated fats, the kind often called good fats. These fats help lower your LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, while raising your HDL, the good kind, creating a natural shield against heart disease. If your doctor has ever talked to you about cholesterol, blood pressure, or cardiovascular health, consider this: a small handful of almonds each day could be one of the simplest, most natural things you can do to support your heart. But almonds don't stop there. They're also rich in magnesium, a mineral that quietly plays a huge role in your health. It helps regulate blood pressure, keeps your nerves and muscles working smoothly, including your most important muscle, your heart, and reduces the risk of cramps and irregular heartbeats. And here's something many people don't know: as we age, our magnesium levels tend to drop without us realizing it. So every almond you eat, that's like giving your body a little refill of something it desperately needs. Now let's talk about vitamin E, one of the most powerful antioxidants we have. Almonds are full of it. This mighty vitamin helps fight oxidative stress, something that accelerates aging inside and out. That means fewer wrinkles, more hydrated skin, and even some natural protection from sun damage. If you've been searching for a natural way to maintain that youthful glow, almonds might just be the best-kept beauty secret you haven't tried yet. But there's always a but, right? Moderation is key. Almonds, while healthy, are also calorie-dense. Aim for about 23 almonds per day, that's 1 ounce. More than that, and the calories can sneak up on you. Also, skip the flavored varieties coated in chocolate, honey, or yogurt. Those turn this superfood into a sugar-loaded dessert. And of course, if you or someone you love has a tree nut allergy, almonds may not be the right fit. Always play it safe. So, to recap, almonds are a nutritional powerhouse. They help your heart. They support your skin. They supply essential minerals. And all it takes is a small handful a day. Now, if almonds are your heart's best friend, our next nut might just be your brain's biggest ally.
2. Walnuts, the brain booster. Have you ever really looked at a walnut? Really looked at it? It looks remarkably like a human brain. And, as it turns out, That's more than just coincidence. Walnuts are one of the most powerful foods for cognitive health. They can help sharpen your memory, support clear thinking, and even reduce the risk of age-related decline. Why? Because walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, specifically a plant-based type called alpha-linolenic acid, or ALA. Omega-3s help calm inflammation in the body and in the brain. And if you've ever felt foggy, forgetful, or just not quite as sharp as you used to be, chronic inflammation might be part of the reason. Now, the body can't produce omega-3s on its own, you have to get them from your food. And walnuts? They're one of the best natural sources you can find. But that's not all. Walnuts are also packed with polyphenols compounds that help protect brain cells from damage. They improve communication between brain neurons, support mood balance, and can even help you sleep more soundly. Imagine that, a single handful of walnuts a day, working silently to protect your memory, your mood, your sleep, and your focus. And just like almonds, they're easy to add into your routine. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, toss them into a salad, or simply snack on a few in the afternoon when your energy dips. So if almonds are for your heart, walnuts are for your mind. Let's pick up right where we left off. In part 1, we explored the heart-loving almonds and the mind-sharpening magic of walnuts. Now, we continue our journey with 2 more incredible nuts, each one bringing its own kind of healing power to your life. But first, a quick reminder, our health isn't about big, dramatic changes. It's about little choices made every day, what we put on our plate, how we nourish our body, and how we care for ourselves with kindness. That's where these next 2 nuts come in. Walnuts continued. The brain's best. Lime touched on walnuts being a natural gift for your mind. But let's go deeper. You see, chronic inflammation is one of the silent culprits behind age-related memory loss, cognitive decline, and even serious conditions like Alzheimer's. But the nutrients in walnuts, especially those plant-based omega-3s, work quietly to fight that inflammation, offering gentle, daily protection for your brain. And there's more. Walnuts are packed with antioxidants, which help defend your brain cells from damage. Think of them like a personal bodyguard for your memory. Research shows that people who eat walnuts regularly often experience better memory recall, faster processing, and even improved mood. That's not just science, that's quality of life. Worried about blood sugar? You're not alone. Here's something many don't know. Walnuts can actually help balance your blood sugar. They improve insulin sensitivity, which means your body processes sugar more efficiently. For anyone managing type 2 diabetes or pre-diabetes, this is a quiet game changer. And because they contain the perfect blend of healthy fats, fiber, and protein, they slow digestion and help you avoid those energy crashes or sugar spikes. Now, a little goes a long way. About 14 walnut halves per day is a smart serving. Some people find walnuts slightly bitter, that's due to their natural tannins. To mellow the flavor, try roasting them gently or soaking them overnight. Also, walnuts contain natural oils, and those can turn rancid if left out too long. Be sure to store them in the fridge or freezer in an airtight container for maximum freshness. To sum it up, walnuts are a daily investment in your brain health, heart strength, and blood sugar control. Add them to your oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or enjoy them on their own. Your mind and your body will thank you. 3. Pistachios. Smart snacking for a balanced lifino. Let's talk about a nut that's as fun to eat as it is good for you. Pistachios, those cheerful little green gems, aren't just for parties or trail mix. They're actually a brilliant choice for anyone focused on maintaining a healthy weight, staying full longer, and keeping cravings in check. Compared to other nuts, pistachios are a little lighter in calories, but they still pack a powerful nutritional punch. That makes them perfect if you enjoy snacking but want to keep your goals in sight. One of the reasons they work so well is because of their protein and fiber content. These 2 nutrients are the dream team for satiety, that pleasant, satisfied feeling that keeps you from reaching for something less healthy. When you snack on pistachios, you're not just filling up, you're fueling up. But their magic doesn't end with appetite control. Pistachios are also incredibly beneficial for eye health. They contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 potent antioxidants that protect your vision. As we age, our eyes become more vulnerable to damage from screens, sunlight, and oxidative stress. But these nutrients act like internal sunglasses, helping you maintain sharper vision for longer. Now, as always, portion control matters. It's easy to eat too many, especially with their satisfying crunch. A healthy serving is about 49 pistachios, a generous handful thanks to their small size. Enjoy them slowly. Savor the texture. Let the act of snacking become a mindful moment. And one more note: if you or someone you love has a nut allergy, especially to tree nuts, be sure to check with a doctor first. Pistachios are nutritious, but safety always comes first. So, whether you're managing weight, protecting your eyes, or just seeking a smarter snack, pistachios deliver. 4. Brazil nuts, the thyroid's silent protector. No, let me introduce you to a lesser-known nut that quietly supports one of the most important parts of your body, your thyroid. Brazil nuts may not be in everyone's kitchen, but they should be. These large, crescent-shaped nuts are one of the richest natural sources of selenium, a trace mineral that plays a critical role in regulating your thyroid function. Why does this matter? Because your thyroid is your body's thermostat. It controls your metabolism, your energy levels, your mood, and even how clearly you think. And as we grow older, this tiny gland can slow down, leading to weight gain, fatigue, depression, or brain fog. Selenium is essential for producing thyroid hormones. Without enough of it, the thyroid can't function efficiently. That's where Brazil nuts shine.
Just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day can provide your entire daily selenium requirement. That's it. It's that powerful and that simple. But remember, more isn't better. Too much selenium can be harmful. Stick to just 1 to 2 nuts per day, and your thyroid will stay well supported. Beyond the thyroid, selenium is also vital for your immune system and helps reduce inflammation throughout the body. It's a quiet, steady helper that makes sure your internal systems run smoothly, especially as we age. So whether you sprinkle them into a smoothie, chop them over a salad, or enjoy them whole, Brazil nuts are a small daily act of big self-care. As we wrap up this section, think of what we've uncovered today. Walnuts, for sharper memory and balanced blood sugar; pistachios, for smarter snacking and better eye health; Brazil nuts, the guardian of your thyroid and metabolism, aren't just snacks, they're tools for vibrant living.
Let's continue our journey through the world of nuts, those tiny, powerful foods that can either strengthen our bodies or quietly work against our goals if we're not mindful. We just explored the incredible benefits of Brazil nuts, tiny but mighty, especially for thyroid health and immune strength. Now, let's talk about balance. Because not all nuts are created equal. Some may appear healthy on the surface but carry hidden risks: too many calories, potential allergens, or additives that don't serve your well-being. In this chapter, we'll uncover for nuts you may want to limit or approach with caution, especially if you're focused on weight control, heart health, or minimizing inflammation. Let's begin. 1. Macadamia nuts, the calorie bomb in disguise. There's no denying it, macadamia nuts are luxurious. Their creamy, buttery texture and sweet, subtle flavor make them feel like a treat. You'll find them in fancy cookies, gourmet snack mixes, and high-end gift baskets. But for all their elegance, there's a catch. Macadamias are one of the most calorie-dense nuts you can eat. Just 1 small ounce, around 10 to 12 nuts packs, and over 200 calories and 21 grams of fat. Yes, most of that fat is monounsaturated and heart-friendly. But the sheer concentration of calories makes it incredibly easy to overdo it without even realizing it. That's the hidden risk. Unlike crunchy almonds or chewy pistachios that slow you down, macadamias are soft and almost melt in your mouth. That makes them feel more like a dessert than a snack. And let's be honest, when something tastes this good, 1 handful often turns into 2, then 3. To make matters worse, they're often coated in sugar, salt, or butter, transforming a high-calorie food into something even more indulgent. Think honey-roasted, chocolate-covered, or salted macadamias. Delicious. Absolutely. But helpful for your health goals? Not quite. How to enjoy them wisely. Portion control is your best friend. Try buying pre-portioned packs or mixing a few macadamia nuts into a homemade trail mix or salad instead of snacking straight from the bag. This way, you still enjoy their rich flavor but in a controlled, mindful way. Macadamia nuts aren't bad, but they are easy to overconsume, especially if weight management or heart health is your focus. Respect their richness, enjoy them occasionally, and your body will thank you. 2. Peanuts, a popular snack with hidden risks. Now let's talk about one of the most beloved, iconic nuts in American culture. Even though, technically, it's not a nut at all. Peanuts are actually legumes related to beans and lentils. But regardless of classification, they're everywhere. From childhood lunches to ballparks and airplane snacks, peanuts are woven into our daily lives. And that's part of the problem. While peanuts offer some benefits like plant-based protein and healthy fats, they also come with a few important concerns, especially for older adults. First, they're among the most common food allergens in the world. For those with a peanut allergy, even a trace amount can trigger a serious, sometimes life-threatening reaction. If you or someone in your home has an allergy, it's crucial to avoid peanuts entirely and read all food labels carefully. Second, peanuts are often heavily processed. Think salted, roasted in oils, candied, or blended into sugary peanut butters. These versions are loaded with added sodium, sugars, and unhealthy fats, the very things we aim to reduce as we age to protect our heart and arteries. Third, peanuts are more susceptible to a toxic compound called aflatoxin, a natural mold that grows on legumes stored in warm, humid conditions. Over time, aflatoxin exposure can pose risks to liver health, especially if peanuts are consumed frequently and in large amounts. How to enjoy them with care? If you love peanuts, choose natural, unsweetened varieties. Go for unsalted, dry roasted peanuts or pure peanut butter with no added sugar or oils. And be sure to store them in a cool, dry place to avoid spoilage. Peanuts can be part of a healthy diet, but they require extra awareness. And if you're aiming for optimal heart health, weight balance, or managing allergies, they may not be your first choice. In our next section, we'll explore 2 more nuts that sound healthy, but carry silent risks. Ones that deserve a second look, especially if you're trying to avoid hidden sugars, salt, or unnecessary calories. So stay with me, we're not done yet. By the end of this series, you'll be empowered to make smarter, kinder choices for your body every single day. Choices that protect your heart, strengthen your memory, and support the life you truly deserve. Let's continue where we left off, my friends. We've explored the power of some truly healing nuts and the hidden downsides of a few others. Today, we're taking a closer look at 2 more that often get overlooked in conversation but deserve your full attention. Because sometimes, the foods we trust the most have secrets we need to know. Peanuts, a familiar favorite, but not without risks. It may surprise you to know that peanuts, despite their name, aren't actually nuts at all. They're legumes, like beans or lentils. But that hasn't stopped them from becoming one of the most beloved snacks in the country. From childhood peanut butter sandwiches to ballpark peanuts, they've been part of our lives for decades. But as comforting as they may be, peanuts carry some serious risks, especially for older adults. One of the biggest concerns? Allergies. Peanut allergies are among the most dangerous food allergies in existence. For some, a single bite can trigger a life-threatening anaphylactic reaction. If you or someone close to you has a peanut allergy, strict avoidance is the only safe path. But even if you're not allergic, there's more to consider. Peanuts are particularly vulnerable to a toxic mold byproduct called aflatoxin, a dangerous compound that thrives in warm, humid storage conditions. This toxin has been linked to liver damage and even an increased risk of liver cancer. While the U.S. does regulate aflatoxin levels in food, the danger still exists, especially when buying bulk peanuts or products stored too long. And then there's the processing. Walk down any snack aisle and you'll see peanuts coated in sugar, doused in salt, or mixed with hydrogenated oils. Even peanut butter, something many of us keep in our pantry, can be loaded with added sugars, oils, and artificial preservatives. These ingredients may be small on the label, but they can have a big impact on your heart, weight, and inflammation levels over time. So how can you enjoy peanuts more safely? Choose natural peanut butter with no added sugar or oils, and always check the label. If you buy roasted peanuts, go for dry roasted and unsalted varieties. And remember, how you store them matters. Keep peanuts in a cool, dry place to prevent mold growth and spoilage. Peanuts can still have a place in a healthy diet, but for many, they're best treated with caution and care, not casual consumption. Pine nuts, delicate, expensive, and surprisingly problematic. Now, let's talk about something a little more gourmet: pine nuts. They're small, elegant, and frequently found in high-end dishes like fresh pesto or Mediterranean salads. Their light, buttery flavor can elevate just about any recipe. But while they may seem like a luxury worth indulging in, pine nuts come with a list of challenges that might surprise you. First, they're extremely perishable. Due to their high oil content, pine nuts go rancid far more quickly than other nuts. If they're not stored properly in the refrigerator or freezer, they can spoil fast, developing a stale, even sour taste. And eating spoiled pine nuts doesn't just ruin your dish, it can also cause digestive issues and loss of appetite for days. Worse yet, some people experience a strange and lingering condition called pine mouth syndrome. It causes a metallic or bitter taste in the mouth that can last for several days, sometimes even weeks long after the nuts have been eaten. It's not dangerous, but it's certainly unpleasant. Scientists are still puzzled by why it affects some people and not others, but the experience can be so off-putting, many simply choose to avoid pine nuts altogether. Nutritionally speaking, pine nuts aren't as robust as many of their counterparts. Compared to almonds, walnuts, or pistachios, they lack protein, have less fiber, and don't offer the same diverse blend of essential vitamins and minerals. And then, of course, there's the cost. Pine nuts are among the most expensive nuts on the market, making them a less practical option for everyday snacking or consistent meal planning. So, how should you approach pine nuts? Think of them as a special ingredient, not a daily snack. Use them in small amounts for recipes that truly benefit from their unique flavor, like homemade pesto, where a little goes a long way. And if you're looking for a more affordable, protein-rich alternative, try sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, or sliced almonds, all of which offer more nutritional value at a fraction of the price. Just remember, always store pine nuts in the fridge or freezer in an airtight container. That's your best defense against spoilage and bitterness. Wrapping up, the smart nut strategy. So far, we've uncovered for nuts that require a little extra thought: macadamias, peanuts, pine nuts, and one more we'll explore in the next part of this series. These aren't bad foods, but they do ask us to be more intentional, more mindful. Because when you understand not just what you're eating, but how it's affecting your health, you give yourself the power to make wiser choices every single day.
Let's bring this home, my friends. We've journeyed through the world of nuts together, uncovering the powerful, healing benefits of some and the surprising downsides of others. Today, we wrap up with the final nut on our cautionary list, and then we'll tie it all together so you can snack smarter, feel better, and live fully one bite at a time. 4. Chestnuts: more starch than strength. When you hear the word chestnuts, chances are a warm memory surfaces: holiday markets, cozy fires, and the sweet scent of roasted chestnuts filling the air. It's a tradition, a feeling. But when it comes to nutritional value, chestnuts don't quite stack up like their crunchy cousins. You see, chestnuts are unlike any other nut. While most nuts are rich in protein and healthy fats, chestnuts are primarily made up of carbohydrates, more like a grain or a potato than a tree nut. Their soft, naturally sweet texture makes them enjoyable, sure, but if you're looking to support your heart, balance your blood sugar, or stay full for longer, chestnuts may not be your strongest ally. Let's take a closer look. Unlike almonds or walnuts, both loaded with monounsaturated fats that promote heart health and reduce inflammation, chestnuts contain very little fat. That means they don't deliver the same cardiovascular benefits. And while they are low in calories, they lack the satiety, that feeling of fullness that comes from the fat and protein in most other nuts. Another thing to keep in mind, chestnuts have a higher glycemic index. Because they're mostly carbs, they can cause spikes in blood sugar more quickly than other nuts. This makes them less ideal for those managing diabetes, prediabetes, or insulin resistance. Now, chestnuts aren't without value. They do offer some vitamin C, potassium, and B vitamins, and they're naturally gluten-free, which makes them a gentle option for those with sensitive digestion. But compared to the nutritional powerhouses like almonds or Brazil nuts, their profile is, well, a bit thin.
How to enjoy chestnuts the smart way. Chestnuts can still have a place at the table, especially during the holidays or in traditional dishes. The key, as always, is moderation and pairing. Because chestnuts are high in carbs and low in fat and protein, it's wise to combine them with something more substantial. Roasted chestnuts alongside a slice of cheese, a handful of walnuts, or a little lean meat can create a much more balanced snack, one that supports your blood sugar and keeps you satisfied. And don't forget, chestnuts spoil faster than other nuts. Their higher moisture content makes them more prone to mold, so store them in the refrigerator and use them within a few weeks if they're fresh. Left at room temperature too long, and they'll turn quickly. Let's recap. The nuts worth embracing and those worth rethinking. We've covered 8 nuts in total, and now you have the full picture. On the must-have list: almonds, your heart's best friend; walnuts, the ultimate brain booster; pistachios, smart snacking for weight and eye health; Brazil nuts, tiny but mighty for thyroid and immune support. And on the use with caution side, macadamia nuts, delicious but dense in calories; espinacs, popular but often processed; and allergenic pine nuts, delicate and perishable. With quirky side effect, chestnuts, a comforting but more like a starch than a superfood. No. It's important to say this: everyone's body is different. If you have specific health conditions or concerns, always speak to your doctor or a registered dietitian before making changes to your diet. But here's what we do know for sure: balance and variety are everything. Nuts can be a wonderful source of healthy fats, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, especially as we age. But not all nuts serve the same purpose, and not all are suited for every goal. Your next step: snack with intention. Whether you're trying to support your heart, sharpen your memory, improve mobility, or simply enjoy a delicious and nourishing snack, choosing the right nuts makes a real difference. Keep your servings modest, choose natural over processed, and store your nuts well to protect their quality. Treat them as nutrition tools, not just treats. And above all else, listen to your body. Thank you for taking the time to care for you. We want to thank you truly for spending these moments with me. Sometimes, it's the smallest choices, a snack here, a habit there, that lead to the biggest changes in our health, vitality, and joy for life. If you found this information helpful, please consider sharing it with someone you care about. It could be just the nudge they need to make a healthier choice too. Here's to snacking smarter, living stronger, and embracing each day with wisdom, warmth, and confidence. Until next time, stay healthy, stay hopeful, and stay kind to yourself.